Hello there, Earthlings. What's up? Here to take a few questions from all of my favorite people like you. Ah, shit. There we go. And yeah, I'm going to share briefly about an event I'm doing here in Boulder, Colorado. If you live locally, I want you there. It's a short 2-hour experience with me, and my wife is going to be joining us for the second half. And it's called In This Together, because we are in this together, people. And yeah, I'm going to share some stories from my life and in hopes that they serve you. And then I'm going to take some questions. And then the second half of the evening, we're going to be doing, my wife and I are going to tell our story, which is extremely powerful. And we've never shared it like this before. And we've been talking about it a lot in the last week. And there's going to be some juicy details as well as some things we've never shared. So hopefully I'll see you in Boulder, Colorado, Saturday night, 6 to 8 p.m. And we're going to take questions that night, but I also want questions right now if you have any just general ask me anything kind of relationship questions. I'm down to attempt to answer them. Good to have you. Yeah, too bad you live in London, Annie. You're going to miss it. Darn it. Would be fun to have you here. Yeah. We may stream it. There's some confusion on the team here. We might stream it live from YouTube. So if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, you want to make sure you do that and turn the notifications on just in case we go live. All right. That's going to be essential. All right. What am I speaking about Saturday night? Well, as you know, the thing I care most about is love and the we conversation, standing for we. And it seems to me that a lot of people struggle to stand for we and stand for us. What ends up happening is people stand for themselves or they stand for someone else at the expense of themselves. That's called an imbalanced relationship. And if you want to stand for we, if you want to stand for us in your life, it's going to require relational development on your part. It can't be done without that. And not everybody wants to put energy and attention into developing themselves relationally. And what do I mean by that? I mean, if you want to develop relationally, it means you're going to have to develop in and through your wounds, your childhood traumas, and you're going to have to learn about yourself, your emotional experience, your inner life, the ways in which you posture, collapse, seek, or avoid, as I talked about in my book. There's going to be a lot of things that you need to put attention on to develop yourself so that you can successfully stand in we. And I see this time and time again that people don't know how to do that. They don't know how to stand for we. They claim they are standing for we when really they're just standing for the other person or they're standing for themselves. And Ellen and I work with a lot of couples and we train couples coaches, and it's incredibly hard work for some reason. Now, it's not hard. It seems less hard, we'll say it this way, for people who grew up in really connected families where there was a lot of mutual love and respect and also honoring of the children and their experience and their inner life. Those people tend to do pretty well in adult relationships without thinking about it. But the rest of us have to put some attention on this part of our life. Like, how do we actually listen to someone until they feel understood? How do we empathize with someone that we're triggered by? How do we really show up for each other when we're at odds? And how do we continue to stand for we no matter what, even when you hate me or are blaming me or whatever? How do we do that in our intimate relationship, in our families, and certainly, at work or in the places we care about in the world? Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be talking about, more about on Saturday, but it's going to be less like Jayson teaching stuff and more stories. And I think what's powerful about stories is you can plug in and relate, right? Everybody, if you tell a kind of a painful relationship story, everybody's like, oh shit, I can relate. So you're going to hear some of that, okay? So so again, let me put the link here. Oh, goddamn. Let me try that again. Shit, it's not letting me put the link in. Oh, that's why I wanted a link that was easy to remember. Okay, I'm not putting the link in. Can someone else on my team put the link in and I will pin it? Is there anyone on my team that has the link to the Saturday night experience? And then I will pin it. Being Chrissy, how do you know when you have met a healthy partner? When they can repair with you after a conflict or a challenge. That's one way. When they can self-reflect and make meaning out of their past, and they can talk coherently about their traumas and triumphs in their childhood, adolescence. Yeah, healthy people are able to take responsibility for their actions, past and present. They're able to look back and, like I said, make meaning. They're kind, they're just good people. When they are an asshole, if they do act like an asshole, sometimes they go, oops, I was kind of an asshole there, wasn't I? Yeah. What's up from Budapest? Let me see if I can get a team member to drop the, please drop link in live IG. Kelsey, any advice on healing and or repairing when you realize how much you've messed up after it ended? Can't stop wanting another chance. Look, take those lessons and learn all that you can, because the person might be too little too late, and apply them in the next relationship. And yeah, sometimes you screw it up and you're like, shit. But awesome that you're learning now. It's so in a certain way, it's never too late. It might be too late with that person. And look, you don't want to, if the person's shut the door, you want to value yourself enough that says, hey, I'm actually not that interested in chasing you down to try to make this right. If the door is closed, the door is closed. I want to respect that. You got to respect people's no. Move on and do the work to move on. Thank you, Paige. Pin comment. Boom. Okay, now it should be pinned. So, all right, folks, if you want to register for Saturday night's talk here in Boulder, Colorado, you can register at that link, all right? Sweet. Glossy, my partner is having a hard time to empathize with me. Advice. Yeah, there's so many things I could say about empathy. Empathy is one of the hardest things for me personally. Some of you know that. I can do it. Hardest for me in my marriage. Not that hard with clients or students, but hardest in my marriage. And really it's about going into my own pain from my past and then trying to empathize with, from that place, like having deep understanding of my own little person in here that's hurting and imagining their little person over there and just feeling my heart sort of go out to them. That's one tip. Yeah, much more I could say, but Jillian, how do we fully forgive? Some of you know I'm not that into forgiveness because forgiveness is a frame that applies right and wrong. They were wrong, I was right, which is a polarity, and I don't like living in that place. So more than forgiveness, it's like, how do I get to gratitude and appreciation and respect, deep respect for the pain that I've been through, the pain someone caused me? How do I see how it's strengthening me in my life and empowering me to be more of who I am? How can I keep seeing all the lessons from the pain so that I carry all of those lessons in my heart and forward moving on and feel really good about myself? So I'm more into that sort of model, if you know what I mean. These are great. Appreciate some of these questions. What's up, health coach? In my experience, it seems like it's hard for men to empathize. I appreciate your vulnerability. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think so. I think it's hard for a lot of people to empathize. Any of us, especially under stress, when I'm triggered by the person who I'm supposed to empathize with. I'm like, oof. When it's like, fuck you, I don't want to empathize with you. And that's where the work is in a partnership in particular, is really trying our best to understand another person's experience. We need more of that in the world, Yeah. PK, what advice do you have for a divorced parent to give to a 29-year-old son that's obsessed with having a child and or finding a wife? I wouldn't give them advice unless they're asking for it. If they're not asking for it, I wouldn't give them any advice. I would just live the way I want them to live in their life. I would be a role model, right? I would be a lead in my life. So, if someone's obsessed, that's a scary place, because those people will make usually a hasty decision that won't end well. So I'd say slow the fuck down, maybe. Yeah. Any other quick questions? Yeah, Kelly, bummed you're not going to be there. It's going to be good. I'm just scrolling through. These are great. Again, really appreciate you all showing up. I've been dating someone for a few months. I noticed he's following a lot of sexy and beautiful women on Facebook and Instagram. Can I ask about them? We're not in a committed relationship. You could. I mean, he gets to do that, right? Now, if you get into a committed relationship with this person, and it's like, let's kind of seal the vault, let's close the doors, then that starts to feel bad, usually to the female partner in this case. And his job is to empathize and understand the impact and then make choices around that. He's an adult. He can do whatever he wants, but he needs to know and appreciate that doesn't have you feeling very good or secure. So, and is that really the message he wants to convey? I think once a man makes a serious commitment, I don't know, I'm generalizing the hell here. I don't know if this is true at all, but I think a lot of good dudes, we'll say it this way, close those doors up, especially if they understand there's impact on the woman. Like, okay, cool, yeah, I can, because I want you to feel like a priority. I want you to feel like I care about you and choose you first and foremost over anyone. Because we all kind of want to be chosen, right? And that feels really good. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for, what's up, Dave? Difference between a not good fit versus doing what it takes. I'm not sure if that's a question or a statement in relationship to other stuff. Zio, my ex told me I was too sensitive and a perfectionist. Meanwhile, they said they liked these qualities in me. I would just say I feel confused. You tell me you like this, but now you're saying you're kind of irritated by it. Which is it? Or is it both? Can it be both? Regardless, your job is to accept and embrace your sensitivity, because you sensitive people, including myself here, are amazing humans with amazing gifts. And until you can see that, you'll make yourself wrong, and other people, you'll feel really irritated when people call you too sensitive. When you embrace your sensitivity, there's nowhere for the knife to stick, and they can't turn it on you. It's like, yeah, you're right. I'm sensitive, and I really like that about myself. It's a lot sometimes to be this sensitive in this intense world, but I like it. It's one of my superpowers. I use it at work. I use it in this relationship. I use it with my kids. I use it with my art. I use it with my music. I use it with my dance. Sensitivity is fucking awesome. So if it gets too strong and the other person can't handle it, it's like, again, why are you with them? All right? My ex asked to date again after ending it a year ago. Now says he feels something missing and how he feels for me again, but he's open to working on it. But how? I don't know. Like, he's got to be the one asking this question, right? This is his question. And this is what I'm going to talk about Saturday night in my talk, is my own ambivalence with Ellen, my wife, early on, and what I did and what she did to change that. But she didn't try to change me by telling me I needed to do a bunch of shit. I was like, I need to change this. So if he's like that, great, then he can find a solution. Yeah. Look, it's a lot to be a sensitive human in the world, but I wouldn't have it any other way. It's how I'm wired. It's who I am. I'm not going to fight that part of myself, So again, there's a link right here that's pinned on Instagram and hopefully in Facebook, and below YouTube, this live video, we'll post a link. If you live locally within an hour, 2-hour drive, I would love you to come hang out with me in person at the Nomad Theater here in Boulder, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Mountain Time. There is a chance we'll live stream this on YouTube, and the way you find out more about that is you subscribe to my YouTube channel and you make sure you're on my email list so that you get the notification if and when I go live and it's actually streaming, okay? Because obviously a lot of you don't live here in Boulder, Colorado, or Denver, or Fort Collins. Those are some of the surrounding areas. All right, everybody. It's been fun hanging here briefly with you. And I'm just looking at you're welcome. Looking if any more last minute comments. Cool. Well, I'm going to go here shortly I'm going to the climbing gym here with my son pretty soon. Got a meeting before that. I hope you all have an awesome rest of your day, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world. And again, I hope to see you Saturday night, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's going to be deep. It's going to be very intimate. It's going to be a little heart-wrenching, I think, in moments, some of the stories we're going to share. I might even tear up a few times. So I hope you can make it. All right, everybody. See you soon. Thanks.